Alright guys, back again on our daily drive, but I've got a few errands to run. I forgot to signal there, but got a few errands to run, and let's see what kind of traffic we encounter. Oh my god, I've put this camera on my hat now, and the hat's in my way, so it's a bit annoying. But let's see. I will find an optimal way of doing it soon. There we go. So now it should be rush hour. It was crazy traffic today. Oh my god, apparently there was a stabbing in Colindale, so they closed that down, and then all madness broke out with roadworks, tailbacks onto the dual carriageways, you name it, everything. My last lesson was an absolute nightmare. It was just traffic avoidance, literally. So all right, now we're on these sort of side roads, humps galore. Right, little tip with the humps, just in case you guys didn't know. Right, ignore where the hump actually is. This is for when you are doing your driving test. Obviously what happens when you pass the test, you try and line yourself up so that the hump goes directly underneath your car. But now look where the hump is there, so obviously ignore that, and you don't want to go completely on that side either. So you have to just know that the hump is there. It's there to slow you down, and if I went fully over that hump, I'd affect that biker a lot. So you need to make sure that you stick to your lanes. Pretend the humps are not there. You're only using them just to slow your car down, because if you start doing this, like I'll show you now, if I start going out all the way here, and if a car is coming, that's really wrong. So keep that in mind, very important. The lines, the humps, things like that, they should not distract you from normal sort of positioning. Okay, I've got to position here because of the parked vehicles. If I try to stay inside the lines, I'll be hitting the cars. And it's the same with the humps. I've had students who are lining themselves up with the humps, and they're shaving the side of the cars. You know, it's like you know, you've got to make sure you use your common sense when you're driving. It's straightforward. Obviously it's experience, don't get me wrong, but you know, imagine this line wasn't there, I would clearly go over it if there was a parked car anyway. So you know, the line should be irrelevant. It shouldn't matter at all. And something to keep in mind, really important. Now we're going to go right at both of these roundabouts coming up, so I'm going to pick the right lane. You can see the arrow says you can go right from that one. Because I'm going right at the next one, I'm doing that as well. Now let's have a look. No one's behind me. So look, blockers blocking that car, and now I'm going to go as the blocker's there. Okay, I'm not waiting for the blocker to go past and then I've missed my chance. So now I'm going to go to this junction here. I'm going to go right and just make sure no one's signaling. That car's signaling, but I've beaten him to it. There we go, and off you go. And that was that. So yeah, road markings and you know, the humps and lines and all of that, they come second to any obstacle or hazard that are present on the road. So prioritize your hazards, people, because you've got to make sure you you are not getting close to vehicles, etc., because you know, that's worse. So that's all I can say about that, to be honest. But so like now, you know, there's hatch markings. I'm not going in those markings when I don't need to, but when I need to, I'll definitely go over it like that when I need to. So you know, keep that in mind, very, very important. Like here, now look, hatch markings on the ground, straight into it. I'm not affecting the car coming. If I was, then it'll be a problem. Then I would have to wait. That's it, straight over into the middle of these markings, no problem at all. Okay, so I really want you to keep that in mind. Again, similar scenario, straight out. Sounds obvious, but sometimes students are doing this. They're trying to squeeze in between these lines like this, and then you know, they're getting really close to the cars. You're not meant to do that. So I don't know if I'm talking at a really loud voice. I don't know why I'm saying it so loud, but anyway. So yeah, now we're coming up to a zebra crossing. I'm just going to check behind as well, scan the zebra, person there, just keep him in mind. And then we've got a mini roundabout. I'm going to turn right at this one, and there are 2 lanes there. Can you see there's 2 lanes? You've got the white van, and there's another one. Someone just made a big mistake there. No, they're going to have a go at each other. Oh, it should kick off now. There we go. Some people, when they're wrong, they don't even admit it anyways. So 2 lanes on that side. You can't see it, probably see it from here. Red cars coming towards me, so I'm not worried about them, but the black cars coming towards us, and that's the one I'm worried about, and that's the one I'm concerned about. This pillar is getting in my way. There's the blocker. I'm going to use him, but it's too late, so I'm going to wait. Now he's blocked by that van. Same time, let's go. See, that's how you do it. Okay, and then we take our turn. Use those blockers. Really, really handy. You cannot really go round mini roundabouts without using them properly. So really important. Okay, so now a bit tight here, taking my time going through, and more humps. So here we go. So that's it. So this road's really tight later on. I hate it. It's up in West Hendon. It's a nightmare. Sometimes you just have to put your mirrors in and stuff like that. All these little tips you got to use sometimes. By the way, just in case you guys didn't know, if you are going through width restrictions, so if you don't know what those are, those pillars, and you go through them like that, and they're really tight, and you got to go really slow, literally think that you're almost stopping and crawl through. But you are allowed, if you want to pull your mirrors in. Okay, get your mirrors pulled in like this. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, or if you've never seen it done before, I shall show you now in a second. This gets really tight here, so I'm just going to go very slow. I'm going to wait here. Notice they're going over the line, so it's very difficult, so I'm just going to wait a little bit. Look how narrow that road is. It's super tight, so don't be afraid to wait. It's not a problem. Okay, we don't always get the opportunity to fit through. So now I'm going to get through now. They're far away. So now look, there's a button on my car that's over here. So if I want to go through, I'm just going to say thank you to them, and I will press my button. Look, the mirror goes in, and I can squeeze through tighter gaps if I need to. Now I like to have the mirrors open initially when I'm coming up to width restrictions, because it gives me a little bit of a reference, and then as I get close, if I think, oh, I'm going to touch, I'll just press the button and then pop the mirror in, and look, we're getting past these cars nice and easy. Look, it's safe. I'm not scared of clipping my mirror. I'm just going to wait for this guy because he's been waiting for everyone. And yeah, so look how that curb sticks out. Every little nuance I'm looking at. Okay, I know this road, so that's why I didn't really fall for it and go straight in. I know it's horrible at this point. I could technically fit, it's just tight. But let's see, nowadays these cars are just getting wider and wider. So shall we try it? I'm so tempted. That is a long wait, so let's see. I'll probably get hooted from the back in a second. All right, nice and clear. All right, and then I can pop my mirror back out. Look, there we go, job done. Okay, so this is how you do it with the mirrors. Okay, that's just a little tip. If you ever need to do that, it's really handy. Okay, I've got a few students who they'll line themselves up as they're getting through. They'll just pop the button and then they're straight through. Okay, takes the stress out of hitting it, because you do not want to hit it, especially on your test. You know, after your test, we've all done it, we've all hit it. It's not like we're all professionals. Even though I'm meant to be a professional driving instructor, but hey, that's just being honest. Anyway, now coming down this road, now it opens up, road's clearer, you can start picking up the pace if you want to, and not too much that I speed, but so yeah, that was my little rant for the day. But those little tips, hopefully you understand them. These are not really width restrictions, but you know, if you come across anything like that, I'm not coming across any of them today, I don't think so. Now these sensors, I'm trying to get as close as I can to the line, because sometimes these sensors are so sensitive that if you're too far back from the line, they won't register your car. Now it should change as soon as I'm here, hopefully. So let's see. Hello. Oh, these lights, so annoying when there's no one there. Come on, let's see, do I get really close? Let me get closer and closer. Am I past the line yet? Oh, still green for them, that's nice. There we go, nice, changed. Off we go, straight through. So now look, when I get past this car, watch, I'll put the mirrors in, I'll show you. So it's quite tight, it's very narrow, so I'll put the mirror in, nice and easy. Just a little bit wide, and see, if you have a look at my mirrors, I'm getting past it. Okay, so I hope that helps, I hope it makes sense. And then now I'm in the clear, I just put it up. And be comfortable driving with one hand as well. I do teach that as well. I mean, it's really important. You should be able to control your car with one hand. Coming around the corner, look, if I want to grab it here, I'll grab it here, one hand. You need to have many skills in your arsenal, okay? Don't just be fixed on, okay, stand in the middle of the road. Hey, don't just be fixed on two hands all the time. Be be flexible sometimes. There are going to be times where you need just one hand, especially if you're doing manual driving. Sometimes a sudden gear change or whatever, you need to be able to control it. I've taught students, and I tell them generally, you need to, ooh, that car's in the yellow box, is he? Ooh, made it. Ooh, just made it. These yellow boxes are a nightmare, by the way. Yeah, I've told many students that, you know, when you're driving, sometimes you might need to learn how to palm the wheel like this, learn how to do these sort of skills and techniques. They will increase your skill level, trust me. I'm not saying do that on your test, but I've had students who've done it on the test. It doesn't matter anymore. Steering is not a big issue. You know, you keep your hands there, keep it steady, keep them light. Yes, that's the best way, and that's what learners are taught. And then, you know, I've got experienced drivers who've been driving one hand in other countries, etc. And, you know, they're not going to be able to change and do this with two hands. It's going to make their steering worse. So the key to steering is making sure that you actually control and steer the car well, okay? So learn, look, so if I palm it here, I'm going to do that. I'm going to be nice and calm, bring my hand comfortably back, no problem at all. You know, you should be able to drive like that. I'm hardly holding it, look, to be honest. But, you know, when we take another turn, I'll show you. I'm sure you've seen it. You've seen family, friends, you know, palming the steering wheel. And, oh, here we go. Has it, and it's me speeding as well, so yeah, I'm sure you've seen people palming it. So we're going to turn left here, and then as we do this, I will palm it. So look, I'll get my hand ready. I like it in this position here, and then I will turn and smoothly, if I'm looking down at my hands, there you go, turn the wheel back. That's it. But when you palm, don't grip. Do not grip when you palm, okay? Some students have started to do that, and, you know, as they do that, then they're kind of caught with their hands twisted around. No, the palm is the actual thing that the whole palm does this. It goes around, okay? You just use the face of your palm. Do not grip the steering wheel, because that's not how you do it. So look, let's have a look again. So here, holding it here, and then smoothly turning and palming it around. I don't know if you can see it in the steering wheel. And then there, like that, okay? And then as I'm coming around, I'm going around like this. You don't have to be like your hands out there. I'm just demonstrating like this, okay? Normally it's just quite chilled. You're just using the bottom part of your palm and you're doing it. So those are all different techniques. You do it with your right hand, learn to do it with your left hand, be able to do it both. Obviously you're going to be better at one than the other. So like now, for example, I'm going to signal, do that, and then let's say I try it with my left hand. I'm going to turn into the road, and then I'm palming it like this, and then palming it back. That's it. You know, you should be able to do both. So sometimes, you know, you might be waving to someone and you and then you need just to use one hand. So but it helps a lot with manual driving, because you'll be using the gear stick to change gears. And I will tell them a lot, you know, if you're doing that with manual, you need to have one hand on your gear stick, one hand here, and be able to control your hand here. You know, once you're done with the gears, don't be scared and bring it straight back. A lot of students do that. They're straight away, they change the gears, straight away they're back. It's like they can't control the car without this left hand coming back. No, be chilled. Change your gear, nice and relaxed, do what you need to do, no problem at all. Right, I'm going to be stopping here for a second, and then I shall be, maybe I'll be back. But that's it for today so far. And hopefully, where am I? I am at the wrong house. I am at the wrong house, I think. Well, I'll find the house. Anyways, I will see you guys on the next daily drive. Take care. Bye.